All right, so today we're going to do something really interesting. We're diving deep into the heart of bhakti, devotion, by pulling apart the story that's kind of hidden inside a medley of really popular Hindi devotional songs, or bhajans. We're going to follow the journey of a devotee, right from their very first call to the divine all the way to what they hope for at the very end. So yeah, let's get right into it.
For millions of people, this whole journey kicks off with a simple yet incredibly powerful chant. Now, these are all names for the divine, but there's so much more than just words, This is the first step. It's a call that echoes with this deep spiritual longing, and it's what opens that connection to something much, much bigger than ourselves.
So our journey starts with the call. This first stage is all about the power that's held within the divine name itself. It's really the foundation that the entire relationship is built on. So the question is, how does this simple act of just repeating a name turn into something so spiritually profound? Well, at the very core of all this is the idea of bhakti yoga. Now, this isn't about, complex rituals or some abstract philosophy. It's often called the path of devotion because it's a spiritual practice focused completely on building a personal, loving relationship with the divine. It's really about feeling, not just thinking. And what's really fascinating is just how practical this path is. See, chanting isn't meant to be something separate from your day-to-day life. It's meant to be woven right into it. The name itself is believed to carry the essence and the power of the divine. And as the lyrics from our source material put it so brilliantly, the advice is simple. Keep chanting the name, keep doing your work. Devotion and daily life, they're meant to go hand in hand.
Okay, so let's move on and see how this builds. If the devotee calls out, how do they actually invite a response? Well, the bhajans don't just leave you hanging. They ask a very direct question, and then give you a very clear, very powerful answer. And here it is, that central question you hear over and over in these songs. Who says God doesn't come? It's a challenge, really. A rhetorical question that totally sets up the entire argument for what truly matters when it comes to devotion.
So what's the answer the songs give? This is the crucial part. It's not about huge ceremonies or fancy offerings. The answer is incredibly simple and profound. It is all about sincerity. The quality of your call matters so much more than the volume. And this right here perfectly illustrates that answer. The lyrics don't just say, hey, be sincere. No, they give us these legendary examples. They ask, who says God doesn't come? And the reply is, you don't call with the kind of pure, unwavering devotion that Mira had. Who says God doesn't eat? Well, you don't offer food with the selfless love of Shabari. It's just a powerful way of saying that the divine responds not to ritual, but to a heart that is absolutely overflowing with genuine love. This sincerity then leads us to our third part, the connection. Because bhakti isn't some one-size-fits-all kind of relationship, these bhajans reveal a whole universe of different ways a devotee can personally connect with the divine.
The first one, and maybe the most universal, is seeing the divine as a protector. The lyrics say it so plainly, Kanha, you are the guardian of my life. In this view, the devotee sees God as a shield, a guardian who's going to help them navigate through life's troubles and keep them safe from harm.
Then you have this relationship, the one as the beloved. And this is one of the most celebrated forms in bhakti. The devotee often pictures themselves as Radha, whose love for Krishna is the ultimate symbol of passionate, all-consuming devotion. Just like the song says, in Radha's heart is my Shyam's home. The Devai isn't some distant king, but an intimate beloved. And the connection can get even more personal. I absolutely love this line. I was asleep, and in my dream, Gopal came to my house. This shows the divine not as some public figure, but as this intimate guest who visits you in the quiet, personal space of your own dreams. It's just a beautiful image of a deeply personal bond.
So as this table kind of sums it up, the devotee can be the one who is guarded, or the lover, the child, or even the host. This just shows you the incredible flexibility and personal nature of bhakti. It's a relationship that can be shaped to fit the deepest feelings of any individual's heart. So, where does all this lead? Well, that brings us to our final section, the aspiration. After a whole lifetime of devotion, what is the ultimate goal? What does a devotee ask for at the very, very end of their journey?
And the answer, honestly, is genuinely surprising. When you think about the reward for a devout life, you probably imagine paradise, right? Or salvation. But that is not what the devotee in these bhajans asks for. I mean, just look at these final requests from the lyrics. The devotee says, don't bring me heaven, don't bring me liberation,
Don't even bring your divine consorts. Just bring pure Ganga water, which is a symbol of purification. And then, the most important request of all, just give me your eternal companion. See, the goal isn't a place, it's a presence.
This quote right here really gets to the heart of it. I don't need heaven, I don't need salvation, just give me your company. This is the ultimate expression of bhakti. The love for the divine isn't some kind of transaction to get a reward. The relationship itself is the reward.
And this is amazing because it brings our entire journey full circle. The ultimate goal, that eternal union, it's achieved through the exact same practice that started the whole journey in the first place. Constant remembrance, that constant connection through the name.
And here we have it, the final, beautiful metaphor that just ties it all together. The devotee says, "On the rosary of my breaths, I chant the names of Radha and Shyam." So chanting is no longer this external thing you do with beads. It's become internal. It's as natural, as essential as breathing. Every single breath in, every breath out becomes an act of devotion.
So, we end with this thought. These bhajans suggest a journey where devotion grows from a spoken word to a heartfelt call to a deep personal relationship, and then finally into the very rhythm of life itself. Which leaves us with one final question to think about. What if the most profound prayers aren't the ones that are spoken, but the ones that are breathed? Thanks for joining me.